Well, now, here comes John Cena. What again? We have we've opened with Triple H, then we got The Rock. Then we've had the fucking Roman Reigns and Solo fighting over the Ulafala. Now we've got John Cena. These people are going nuts. And the lighting drone display thing that they were doing in the sky over the arena. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, I saw when they were practicing over the skies in New Jersey.
Was that what those drones were all that time?
I'm starting to think so, yeah.
But I mean, this is insane where the whole sky is lit up with the logos of the talent with these trained drones. And the people are chanting Cena, Cena, and thank you, Cena. And he did the promo stirring the fans up about being seen all over the world. And tonight starts the farewell tour. Los Angeles is where the prototype was born, and I'm here one more time to say thank you. And he's got them eating out of his fucking hand. And he's, asking the questions, well, who are my opponents going to be? And when will I become a 17-time champion? And you deserve it. But then he said, no, let's be real. Come on, it's been 2,400 and some days since I won my last match in the WWE. And my time is up and theirs is now. The 17th title reign, it's never going to happen. Well, okay, they say never in the WWE, but it would take a miracle for it to happen. Why, I'd have to win Money in the Bank, or the Elimination Chamber, or maybe even the Royal Rumble. And these things they're getting big pops. And he's like, maybe I could win the Royal Rumble. And he gets the fans to talk him into getting into the Royal Rumble. And he says, and I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. And you know what? I don't know if we need to use DraftKings, but I bet you that he might just win the Royal Rumble, Brian. What do you think?
I think it's one of those intriguing things. You weren't really thinking about him winning it going into this promo, and coming out of it, it makes a lot of sense. And it adds a lot of drama to the Royal Rumble, on top of everyone else who's chasing after a title.
And besides that, just the way that he did this, where he doesn't come out and talk big, and he lets the fans talk him into talking big and telling him that he still deserves it and that he can still do these things, is a fucking brilliant shit. And, they've got him for 30-something dates, almost once a week for this year, and it'll be his last time in every town. And they're going to draw nothing but money with this fucking thing, whichever way they go, wherever.
Just on the merch alone, in every town having a T-shirt that says the last time he's in L.A., the last time he's here or there. I got to see if they're going to Louisville this year. For, John Cena's last year, he should make an appearance there.
Well, only if he goes in for OVW. See, otherwise he'd be working opposition. You remember Piper and Don Owens in Portland?
I guess so.
But
so what would you do with Cena? Do you think he should get a title run this year? Again, Cody's currently a champion. Gunther's currently a champion. No one's even talking about the idea of Gunther versus Cena. That would show you his commitment to working a hard match on the way out. I don't know if that's going to happen. But what would you do without knowing what they're going to do? Not even talking Royal Rumble specifically. What would you do with John Cena if you had him for last year?
Well, no, I wouldn't put the belt on him because this is one of those things where the idea of him going for the record breaker or the last title run or whatever may be more attractive to people than him actually doing it. Because if he wins it, then they know he's retiring at the end of the year to begin with, and then potentially either, are they going to say, well, he'll stay until he loses the belt now? Well, that kind of takes the piss out of it. Or they'll know, well, he's going to lose the belt by the end of the year anyway. Or it just, I think the idea of him going for it, and John with the never give up, never say die underdog babyface, he could still do something with, I gave it my all, but my time was up. Their time is now. We drew $200 million at the gate and 97,000 people at the stadium, but I came up just that short. It's time for me to hang up the boots.
You don't think you need it for the entire last year? The idea he's chasing
No.
something?
No, I don't know that you need it for the entire year because the year is kind of front loaded in the 1st of April with WrestleMania. I think the biggest match has to go there.
Unless he did win Money in the Bank, because then you hold on to that briefcase for the year.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I think that he needs to win the Royal Rumble and just get it over with and get a title shot if they're going to do that. Because if he had the briefcase, you can't milk John Cena. Is he going to cash in or is he not? And by the nature of it, the Money in the Bank guy has to kind of take advantage of a person when he's down. I don't think he needs the belt. I don't think he needs the win. I think the money is in the idea that John Cena will get a big match and go for that title again, but I don't think he needs to win it. And then later on in the year, you've got personal issues. And if he does 2 jobs this year, that would probably be the maximum. You want him to put one main person over, and you can maybe get a second one out of whatever you're doing to get the main one over.
Until he said it, I hadn't even really thought about it, but Austin Theory, Bray Wyatt, every single person they brought him back to work with, he put them over.
Yeah. And it's not that he won't do it. It's just that you don't want him to do it too much because it devalues. If it only happens once or twice this year, it means a lot more than if it happens 6 or 8 times.
I thought Cena connected more than The Rock did with the audience, just in terms of the kind of reactions he was getting and the excitement in the reactions he was getting. He got those fans pumped up for him entering the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, well, and see, they like him as a person more than The Rock is a star. Cena's a star too, but they kind of like him more as a person. And then the ultimate example of that is Mick Foley, where the fans liked him more as a person than they did as a star. But there's different ways that you can be over, and he's more of a personable, I can connect with the people kind of guy, instead of a guy coming out there, even if they love him, talking in third person and he's hot shit.
Do you think we have to see all of his matches, like all of his classic opponents this year, like him and Punk, him and Randy Orton, whoever else they could dig up? Him and Carlito from when he was U.S. champion?
I don't know about that one. But that's the thing they've got in front of them is they can have a list of people that he's had history with, and for pay-per-view events, they can manufacture reasons for each one individually or an overriding reason why he's going to wrestle these 3 or 4 people in this order or whatever the case, and it's not going to get old because it's not going to last that long.